Personality and policy, I think that's an interesting one. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it was a conversation we were having about how the media has purposely decided to focus this election not on manifestos, not on what the policies are that these different parties plan to implement, but more on the individuals that lead the different parties. And, you know, for example, when we look at how they're currently framing Jeremy Corbyn and saying, you know, he's fairly weak in many ways. There's even things saying like he's not got support of his own party. Well, if we say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, the guy got elected twice as leader of his party, and the second time with more votes than he had the first time. So there's clearly some level of support from his own party. And then on the other side, you've got things like they're branding Theresa May as the one that's strong, as the one that is really going to be able to lead us. So for me, it's like, no disrespect, but the leader, I'm not going to say is irrelevant, but is actually not as important, in my opinion, as what they plan to implement and how their party is going to support them with that, and also how their party is going to go about working with other institutions, organizations, groups and individuals within our society to bring about the changes they want to make. Because we would be foolish to think that one person is going to change everything for us. You know, and not being biased here, but I did recently see a video of Jeremy Corbyn where he was sitting with JME, which I thought was just genius. And you know, JME tried to give him a compliment, and he said, "You're for the first time I'm going to vote because I see you as someone that I actually think could do something good for this country." And Jeremy Corbyn said, "Yeah, but not all social change comes from politicians." And that to me was like, what does that tell you? That tells you that he is aware that he as an individual is not going to be even a drop in the water to bring about the change that even he would like to make. So for me, that's it. Sometimes as people, we go with what the media shows us, and if we get drawn to just the personality but don't actually look at policy and how they plan the strategy to back up bringing that policy into effect, then we're gonna get done as we always do. You know, we have to start thinking a lot more critically than that. But yeah, Jessica, do you have any thoughts you'd like to share?
Well, you used the word brand in there, and I think that's a pretty key one. I think you know, PR spin when it comes to politics is a big thing. So I think it's important to obviously look at the policies, but even look at the history of the person, because if you look at Jeremy Corbyn's track record, then that will tell you about him as a person, as it will with any of the candidates. So the individual does matter, but being aware that it is a brand at the end of the day, and there is a huge spin around that.